Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Now, in today's video, we have the Jurassic Park / World hot takes. Y'all left about 60 comments, which is crazy. 60 different hot takes. So we're going to be going through some of them, making it into video. If y'all have some more hot takes, if you're on, go ahead and comment them down below. Maybe subscribe while you're at it. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our first hot take, which I think for multiple people is that Fallen Kingdom was a good movie, or one of top 3. One of them was dinosaur _enthusiast, Arrow Plays 3103, and then also JRN 4004. There's a lot of people saying it's hot take. Pretty much they're saying top 3. I don't know, good movie. I agree. I think Fallen Kingdom was interesting. All right, I really liked it. Maybe not really liked it, but I liked it enough. The dinos were cool. I think the one bad thing about it is kind of like the whole Lockwood-esque, they could have just had it be some random, like they didn't need to tie it to like Hammond and all that jazz. They could have just said, oh yeah, we're just greedy billionaires. We're just gonna kidnap all the dinos, and yeah, that's how it goes. But they had to be like, oh, she's actually a clone of the girl, and this place was like working well with Hammond, all this jazz. They could have just changed it up a little, and Fallen Kingdom would have been a lot better. Because I don't think anyone complains about the island scene, or the boat scenes. They really only complain. Not even the mansion scenes. I think literally the only bad part about Fallen Kingdom was the ending, which wasn't even that bad. So I agree with this hot take. Next up, we have a hot take from IXZIUSU Drab. And they say, I am not afraid to say that I love hybrids and wish they'd do more. There's just something cool about new combined dinosaurs that you can't find in any other dinosaur show or movie. Now, I don't know if I completely agree with that second part, but I do agree. I like hybrids. I just don't like the execution, right? Because the Indom was cool. The Indoraptor was kind of cool. The Scorpius is unique. The Spinoceratops was kind of cool. But other than that, like, they could have done a lot more cool hybrids. They just kind of didn't because people didn't really like them, But the thing with hybrids is that you have to do them. Like, if you're creating a hybrid, it has to be something that probably couldn't really exist in nature, right? Like, a lot of people were saying that the Indoraptor was similar to like Maip or a Megaraptor, which you could have just done that, right? And it would have worked just as fine, even though I personally like the Indoraptor. But a couple people say that that's what you could have done. And that's probably maybe what they should have done. But I like the hybrids. I just think the execution was a bit flawed. It's just insert thing here, mix with Velociraptor, and that's your hybrid, right? That was kind of like the base. We didn't really get any other unique things, They should have, like I said, pretty much the purpose of hybrids is to create things that probably couldn't or didn't exist in nature. So, because then, you're kind of pleasing both sides. Because I feel like people don't really like about hybrids is that, you might could have just used a real creature, something like that. So that's my take. I pretty much agree with it. Next up, we have a hot take from Conducts the Beast. And they say that Carnotaurus is underrated and deserves more screen time. Also, they're one of the people who think that Fallen Kingdom was good, but we're going to go on with that first part of the hot take. Carnotaurus is underrated. I'm going to be honest, I don't really think so. I think it is perfectly rated, all right? A lot of people like Carnotaurus, at least the designs. I think they're cool. I mean, Carnotaurus was literally, okay, well, I guess playing with the more screen time, movie-wise, yeah, but like in Camp Cretaceous, the Carnotaurus was like the main villain for like 2 seasons, I think, or at least one of the villains, right? You're like Toro pretty much the entire time, so. And Carnotaurus, I think, has appeared in every movie since. Well, it's appeared in Fallen Kingdom and Dominion and in a bunch of Camp Cretaceous. So like, I think it's perfect. I think it has a lot of screen time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I agree with your hot take. I'm gonna be honest. Next up, though, we're gonna move on to a hot take from Duckin in a Trash Can. And they say that the T-Rex doesn't need to be in every movie. Now, low-key, I'm split on this because on one hand, take a look at the Jurassic Park logo, and it's a T-Rex, right? It's kind of the most iconic creature. But on the other hand, not having a T-Rex does allow for more things. I think how we should do with T-Rex would kind of be like Rebirth. You know what I'm saying? Where it might appear for a scene or two and then you don't really see it again, right? That I'm kind of okay with. But being the main character in every movie, yeah, I agree with you. But just not being in a movie at all, I don't know. You like, it's like making a Star Wars movie without like a lightsaber, Has there been a Star Wars movie? No, pretty sure every single Star Wars movie has had a lightsaber in it, so. Like that's like kind of the thing for Star Wars, or maybe like the Jedi or Sith, or like Blaster, like you can't really do that. It's kind of like Jurassic Park. You can't really do that. It's like making a Godzilla movie without Godzilla, I guess. You can't really do it. Maybe limit the screen time, but just get rid of altogether. You can't do it. I don't think you can. And of course, people would complain a lot that the T-Rex isn't in a movie, so Next up, we have a hot take from May 2097, and they say that Rebirth should have been its own thing, entirely separate from the Jurassic franchise. And I'm gonna be honest, I do not agree with you at all. I don't know how no one would have watched this if it wasn't a part of the Jurassic franchise, which, you know, might play into the fact that it might be a slightly worse movie, not worse, below average movie, you know. But being a completely separate thing just wouldn't have worked, you know. It's like, no, who would have watched that, right? It just wouldn't have been good at all. Which, I mean, this just doesn't make sense, right? This just doesn't make sense at all. Now, maybe if you like took the plot, I guess, of needing to go like get dinos on an island, get their DNA to make medicine or some stuff, then like maybe. This is kind of dumb. I can't lie to you. No hate, of course, no hate. But this is a very hot take, I guess you could say. Next up, we have a hot take from Horror Stop Motion Sun Boxing YY4SS, and they say that Giga can almost defeat the D-Rex. And this is a very hot take because no, he can't. All right, no, he can't. He got beaten very bad in Dominion. All right, he is not beating the D-Rex, who could probably beat for Jurassic Park 3 Spino, which call that hot take if you want. That's what I think. I do not think the Giga can beat the D-Rex. I'm sorry. All right, next up we have a hot take from Mr. Non-Existent and a lot of other people. This is the first time I'm seeing it scrolling through the posts and stuff. But they say that Spino was the greatest villain by far. And this is an extremely cold take. All right, this is like bruh in the back room said, freezing to death with this take. All right, this is like the cold. This is like the heat death of the universe or whatever it's called. Like this is like as cold as you can go with hot takes, at least for the Jurassic franchise. Very cold take. This is not a hot take at all. I can't lie. Next up, though, we have an actual hot take from Duke Griffin Animations, and they say that the Baryonyx is one of the best creatures in the franchise. Great introduction scene and cameos. Baryonyx trio and Camp Cretaceous. I don't know how to say that word. Lewistic Baryonyx from Chaos Theory. And the only thing that's holding it back is the design, which you can get used to and is excusable by the canon lore. Now, I agree. The Baryonyx is very peak, and I'll be honest, I don't even hate the design. I think it kind of fits, you know? Like, obviously, the actual Baryonyx looks completely different, but it kind of works. For the Jurassic franchise, it works, and I really do like you said, you know, the trio and Camp Cretaceous, and, you know, like, just pretty much every time the Baryonyx is on screen, it's very cool, right? So I do agree with your hot take. I do agree. Next up, we have a hot take from Copyright _. They say that outside of the first movie, every single movie is forgettable. Now, I guess forgettable is kind of crazy, all right? Because I'm betting you remember the Jurassic Park 3 Spino. And if you remember the Jurassic Park 3 Spino, you remember Jurassic Park 3, which means it isn't forgettable. If you remember the Indominus Rex, it means you remember Jurassic World. Remember the Indoraptor, or the D-Rex, you know, etc., etc. So forgettable is kind of crazy. Now, if you're just like a casual viewer, you don't really care, then I guess, but if you're a fan of the Jurassic franchise, there's not really a forgettable movie. And I feel like for people outside of the franchise, there's not really a forgettable movie because if I remember correctly, Rebirth was like one of the highest grossing films of 2025. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's like top 5, maybe top 6, maybe 7. So it's up there. And if it's forgettable, it wouldn't be up there. So I don't agree with your hot take. Next up, we have a hot take from TSN-WVK08, and they say that I wish people would stop sexualizing Parasaurolophus. What? First off, how is this a hot take? Second off, who are these people? What do you... not once have I seen anyone doing this. Is it just you? Is it all in your mind? What are we talking about? What do you mean you wish people would stop doing this? I don't think anyone's done this. And if you are, where? So I can avoid these people and not talk to them and not engage in a community and do it with them. Where would I find these people? Well, what do you mean you wish people would stop? What? And you know what's crazy? People probably do this. And I just don't know. I haven't realized it. But as someone in the comments reply, 80 the chicken, they say, who's doing this? Exactly my thought, bro. Exactly my thought. Who is doing this? All right, next up, we have a hot take from Gerple14. And he says that Jurassic Park 3 isn't as bad as people say it is. And yeah, no one really says it's bad anymore. I mean, compared to the other movies, yeah, it's like good in its own way. This is kind of like, maybe not a cold take, but it's not really a hot take. It's like a lukewarm take, you know? Because it isn't that bad as people say it is, but it doesn't mean it's really good. But of course, it has a Spino, which is really good. And Spino kind of carries, but then again, you have like the Aviary, and that carries. So, not carries, but it helps. I don't know. I like it. It's one of my favorite films in the franchise. So, of course, I agree with your hot take. And finally, we have our last hot take from getting underscore milk. And they say that the novels are better than the film story wise. Both are great, but the books are just better. Now, I'm kind of split on this because on one hand, to a general audience, the films are better, right? It's a lot easier for an audience to pick up the films and understand them and all that jazz. But for, I guess, not casual, but like more in-depth readers, I guess, the novels are better, because the story they're trying to provide isn't just, oh, dinosaurs on an island. They try to provide like a deeper meaning and a deeper story on all that. So the casuals, I guess you could say, wouldn't really understand, but I guess people who actually look into it like in depth think the novels are better. So I do agree, story wise, maybe. Well, like I said, it just depends. So novels are more like in depth, story wise, better, but the films are like more in general better, I guess you could say. And that is going to be the end of today's hot takes video. If you have any hot takes of your own, like I said, comment down below. Guys, maybe leave down in the comments below some more hot takes. But in case you don't do that, in case I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.